Chapter 79 in Established in the Faith book is entitled What's Wrong with Evolution Theory? See Chapter 87 in Established book on Evidence for a Young Earth and Answers book, page 391 to 432. The Bible reading is Isaiah 40 verse 21 to 31 and Genesis 1 1 to 31. And Romans 1:22 is memory verse. Professing themselves to be wise, that's evolutionists, they became fools. The law of cause and effect is stated in Hebrews 3:4. Every house is builded by some man, but he that built all things is God. Evolution denies any existence or involvement of God in, number one, designing and creating the universe. They deny God, number two, designing and creating life on earth. Number three, evolution denies judging the wicked world by Noah's flood in 2418 BC. Evolution is atheistic, unscientific, and totally biased against God. Many schools and universities teach evolution as fact, but it's fiction and foolishness. Evolution attributes the origin of the universe to a Big Bang theory. It attributes the origin of DNA in cells to random chemical processes, and it attributes the origin of life in new species to random natural selection processes. Since no scientist can produce life in a laboratory, life certainly could never evolve by accident. Evolutionists' problem is dishonesty, an unwillingness to be morally accountable to God as creator and judge, and unwilling to look at all the evidence for creation. The aim is we consider these reasons to reject evolution as bad science and as a lying hoax. Evolution is disproven by, number one, Jesus taught creation when he said, from the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female, Mark 10 verse 6. Jesus' credentials was he could predict the future correctly, always coming true. No evolutionist can do that, so Jesus has the credentials that approve him as authoritative. Number two, reason evolution is wrong. Why do evolutionists teach the hoax and the lie of comparative embryology, which has been disproved by Hiss and Keeble and many others, as described in Answers book, page 417. Number three, thing wrong with evolution theory, oxygen would oxidize or break down any amino acids forming to evolve life. Why do apples go brown? Because oxygen breaks the molecules down to methane, ammonia, CO2 and water. And if ever there was an amino acid formed in the early history of the Earth, oxygen would have broken it down back to methane, ammonia, CO2 and water, so you'd never get DNA, RNA or single cell or anything past an amino acid. Evolutionists just do not know their chemistry. The fourth thing wrong with evolution is man's recorded history only goes back to about 2,500–3,000 BC, agreeing well with Noah's flood of 2418 BC. Did man live for, say, 3 million years as evolution was claimed, leaving no records, and then suddenly building pyramids and cities around 2400 BC? No, these were built after the flood. Number five thing wrong with evolution is the sudden appearance of complex life in early Cambrian fossil layers, which were actually deposited in Noah's flood, not 500 million years ago. Number six thing wrong with evolution, there's no beneficial mutations that have ever given rise to a new species. How do you change the number of chromosomes in an organism? Number seven thing wrong with evolution, there's no transitional fossil forms between species as predicted by evolution. Okay. Number eight thing wrong with evolution, the second law of thermodynamics says that systems go from order down to disorder, meaning the disorder of the universe is increasing, but evolution claims the opposite, that systems go from disorder to order. Not provable. Number nine thing wrong with evolution is the complexity of sexual reproduction. The brains and eyes cannot be explained by evolution's random processes. If you buy a computer, put no operating system in it, how long will it take to work? Never. No electricity, no software, it'll never operate. Number 10, Genesis 1 verse 1 shows that space, mass, time, universe. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. The beginning is time, heaven is space, earth is mass. Number 11 thing wrong with evolution. The oldest living trees are about 4,500 years old, which corresponds to being planted just after Noah's flood in 2418 BC. Evolution requires older trees. Why are there no trees 10,000, 20,000 years old? Because the flood wiped everything out. Number 12 thing wrong with evolution is archaeology always confirms the Bible record as correct and without error. Bible's accuracy extends to creation and refutes evolution. Number 13 thing wrong with evolution is its anti-God bias of evolution, wants to remove God from creation and the flood and ignoring all the evidences of creation and the flood. Number 14 thing wrong with evolution, a computer without software will never work. Neither will chemicals without software evolve life, and God put the software in as well as creating them. Number 15 thing wrong with evolution is the evidence. There is a lot of evidence for a young Earth that evolution is ignored. Number 1, atmospheric helium takes about 11,600 years to reach today's level, much younger than billions of years, a couple of billion years of the Earth. Number 2, meteorite dust on the Earth and the Moon would be 1,000,000 times greater if the age of the Earth and the Moon is 6 billion years compared to the 6,000 years of creation. Number 3, dinosaur DNA shows that dinosaurs lived recently. DNA cannot survive 70 million years. So they found dinosaur bones with DNA in them, living DNA. Number 4, evidence for young Earth. No coral is older than 4,500 years, coinciding perfectly with the Bible's chronology. Number 5, the sun shrinks about 5 feet per hour, so in 50,000 years it would have boiled the ocean, so that would limit the age of the Earth and refute the evolution's millions of years. Number 6, evidence for young Earth. Argon-36 and Krypton-84 gases on the Moon would accumulate to the present level in about 10,000 years, refuting the millions of years. Number 7, evidence for young Earth. Ocean concentrations of 30 out of 51 elements accumulate to today's level in about 10,000 years. Silicon level is accumulated in 8,000 years. Number 8, evidence for young Earth is juvenile water. 1 cubic mile of water is added yearly to the 340 million cubic miles of the ocean, and that would mean the ocean could not be older than 340 million years old. Number 16th era of evolution is what you call misplaced fossils. For example, they found a man-made hammer in what evolutionists think is 300 million year old limestone in Texas. Did man live 300 million years ago? No way. That shows their chronology and dating systems are false. Number 2, misplaced fossil. Human and dinosaur footprints have been found in Texas and Turkmenia. Number 3, misplaced fossil is they found iron pot in supposedly 300 million year coal in Oklahoma. And number 4, they found cave art of dinosaurs showing that man and dinosaurs lived together. Number 17, era of evolution, is flood traditions from 12 countries confirm the Bible's flood account, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh and those in India and China. Number 18, the geological column records 1 year destruction of life in the flood, not 500 million years evolution of life. Number 19, sorting of simple fossils in lower strata to complex fossils higher up as more mobile animals flee higher. Number 20, evidence for refuting the evolution theory is dinosaur extinction is easily explained by the flood, but impossible for evolution to explain. Number 21, thing wrong with evolution theory, we have immense fossil graveyards all around the world are explained by the flood, such as 800 billion fossils of South Africa, and also other massive fossil beds in Gobi Desert and Utah. Number 22, thing wrong with evolution theory is volcanism. The same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up and the windows of heaven were opened, Genesis 7:11. Volcanic ash condensed the water canopy, causing 40 days of rain. This lava flow caused India's 3-kilometre deep Deccan Plateau. 10,000 plus land and sea volcanoes caused the Ice Age. Number 23, evidence refuting evolution, is the Ice Age. Cooling from volcanic dust, darkening the sky in the flood, caused the Ice Age after the flood, but evolution cannot explain the Ice Age. Number 24, Louis Pasteur proved that all life came from life, never from non-life, as evolution claims. Number 25, thing wrong with evolution, mathematical probability laws of proteins and DNA forming by chance are zero, impossible to form. Number 26, thing wrong with evolution, molecular biology shows how complex the cell is, like a big city, that it could not form by chance. Number 27, thing wrong with evolution, is Gregor Mendel proved that characteristics passed from parent to offspring by mathematical laws, not by chance random processes in what Darwin called blending inheritance. Number 28, thing wrong with evolution, if evolution could produce a body, it would be a dead body. They don't have a clue how a life, a soul and consciousness evolved. How did it evolve? No, evolution has no idea, but God created life, soul and self-consciousness. Number 29, thing wrong with evolution theory is that dating methods giving millions of years are based on false assumptions. If you want those in more detail, go to Answers book, page 413. The bad effects of evolution are it produces atheists. It produces people with no moral accountability, so they do any wicked, sinful thing they want. Communism, which kills people and starts wars. Bad, corrupt government. World Wars I and II started by atheists in Germany and Hitler who believed in survival of the fittest. Evolution creates abortion, killing babies because life don't matter. Evolution creates criminals who do wicked things because they're not accountable to God. So reject evolution. It's a scam, a lie, and something that we have to throw in the garbage tin.